All right, so yesterday I taught you how to find any number that would fall in an arithmetic sequence, wherever it falls. Today, I'm going to show you how to take all those numbers that are in that sequence and give me a total. Okay, so there is a long drawn out way where you can literally sit there and add 3 plus 7 plus 11, but who has time for that? Okay, so on your final exam, you will be given this formula. Looking at it, you're like, well, what in the world does that mean? Okay, so let me give it to you in some easier terms. You're going to take the first number in your sequence. Okay, you're going to take the first number in your sequence, and you're going to add it to the last number in your sequence. And you're going to get yourself an answer. Then you're going to take that and you're going to multiply that by how many numbers in your sequence. So the number of terms. And then you're going to take that answer and divide by 2. First number plus last number times number of terms divided by 2.
Okay. Let's do an example.
Again, this formula will be available to you, 1, when you take this test tomorrow, 2, when you take your final exam. Okay. They will give this to you. So don't feel like you need to memorize it. You just need to know how to use it. So I'm going to show you how to use this several different ways. Okay. I'm going to show you how to do this several different ways. We good for me to extend this? Maybe. There we go. All right. So if you look, they tell me P sub 0 is 25. P sub 100 is 1,725. They want us to find the sum that goes from P sub 0 up to P sub 100. They want to know what's the total of all those numbers that fall in between. So, what's my first number?
0. Okay.
25.
25.
Oh. 25.
They want P sub 0, so 25 is your first number.
25
Plus
100.
My last one, they want to know P sub 100.
17.
So my last number is 1725. Okay? It's always divided by 2, but here's my question. If my numbers go from P sub 0 all the way up to P sub 100.
It's 100 terms. Right?
Yep.
No.
No.
Then what is it?
Hold on. So,
101.
it is.
It is?
So, watch this.
Oh,
There's a
how?
zero.
0.
Oh.
So, if I start at P sub 0, and then my next number is at P sub 1, I technically have 2 numbers. If I then extend it to P sub 2, that's 3 numbers. If I extend it again to P sub 3, that's 4 numbers. Okay, so a surefire way to always have the right end value. If you take the last one, so 100, minus the first one, 0, and add 1, that will give you your number of terms every time, no matter what numbers they give you. Now, you can always remember if it goes from 0 to a number, it's always 1 more than that number. Okay? But when we get to part C, it's not quite that easy. Because they start us at number 100 and go clear up to number 999. So the formula would be a lot easier to do there. It is going to be 900. So you would then plug this into your calculator. Okay? Make sure that you either place these in parentheses or add them first, hit equals, then multiply by 101, then divide by 2. You have to tell your calculator that the addition comes first. PEMDAS is not going away. So what do I get when I plug this?
8,837.5.
88,375. If you take a look at B, they want us to go from P sub 0 to P sub 20. So what number represents the first number in my sequence?
100. But where are we at? Oh,
Over here.
oh.
So they want me to go from P sub 0 to P sub 20.
It's 700 plus 560.
So 700 is your P sub 0. P sub 20 is 560.
By 2.
Divide by 2. How many terms go
21.
from 0 to 20? It's going to be 21. Again, if you have a hard time with that, 20 minus 0 plus 1 gives me that 21. We add the 2 times 21, divide by 2. Which
So
gives
it's
me
13,203. Sorry. Okay.
7. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Take a look at part C.
So we just don't have pick the. I don't know what you get.
So wait,
Andy.
Are they taking tests for anything today?
I mean, we're taking notes. It's very exciting. He's trying to get some pictures for the yearbook, so yeah. Okay, so this time they want us to go from P sub 100 and add up all the numbers clear up to P sub 999. So what value is P sub 100?
It's 23. Oh, we don't know that.
We don't know that.
so wait, we have to do what we did
Okay,
yesterday to find
So,
out, right?
yes. So we've got to do what we did yesterday to do this. So I know P sub 0 and I know my D value. So that means I can find that equation P sub n equals what? What's my pattern? What's happening?
What's it?
They give you P sub 0
7n.
and D. What's happening?
So we got to do -1, right? PM -1.
Whoa.
No, we're doing that other thing
We
the
need to
MX.
come up with the equation.
Oh, that's when you
The
do it.
mx plus b.
Okay, so you
equation.
do you put out 23. Or no, you put out 7 first.
Ah. Okay, so my slope is 7. My D value, that's your common difference. What's happening?
And you put n
Okay, n
plus 23.
plus 23. Remember, your P sub 0 is your starting point. Okay, your P sub 0 is your starting point. So now that I have this equation, I can find my values that would fall here.
So you would put
7 times 100 plus 23.
7 times 100 plus 23.
so you
723.
Beautiful.
Divide
And
by
then-
2. Right?
No.
No.
We're just,
Oh, wait, what-
all we're doing right now is we're coming up with these
Okay,
two
okay.
numbers that we got to plug in here. Okay, so I found my first number. This is 723. What's my last number?
999.
6,000.
We
Oh.
would plug in 999, which gives me what?
It's 7,016.
7,016. Okay, so now that means 723 plus 716. I need to know how many terms that is, though, if I'm going from 100
It's
to
gonna be
999. So, again, always fall back on this if you need to. 999 minus 100 plus 1 gives me 900 terms. There's 900 numbers that go between those two values. So now I can find my total. And somebody other than Devin,
I was about to say,
Come on
Please.
now.
give me that.
I was about to say, it ain't no point me doing it because we have to go through the
No, somebody other than Devin, Go ahead and give me that.
I don't know how to say that number.
3,157. I'm so sorry, but it's just.
We don't mind them.
3,001.
Wait, no. I'm sorry. It's
6,965,1,000. I don't know.
I got 3,157,923.
Because 77016 is
Is that right?
77.
Thank you, James.
Don't.
Okay, so
900.
James got 3,482,550.
I mean,
Okay.
I just
Hold
had
on,
to
let me
say
pull up.
it.
Let me pull up the calculator here.
I had to say it.
Excuse me for 1 second, friend.
That's what I got too.
Oops, not y equals.
Let me do this again.
All right, so
23 plus 7016.
you would need to do 723 plus 7016 equals. Did you hit equals first?
Yeah.
Or put it in parentheses? If not, the calculator did order of operations differently.
I just did.
You need to tell it to add first, so be careful. Okay. Then we multiply that by, what was our number? 900?
I divided mine first.
That's fine. It works either way.
Oh,
Because multiplication and division happen at the same time. So you can multiply that by 900 and then divide by 2. So was your problem you didn't hit equals before they added?
I was picture ready. Always.
Picture.
Always.
She's getting all camera shy over there. Okay. Question. Listen, I tortured Andy through all this at one point in time. Well, no, not through this because he didn't take his grades and AP Calc. You love it. Stupid board. Yep. All right. So these ones.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Uh-oh. We're missing something this time. This time, I don't tell you what the last number is in the sequence that I need you to add together. Well, what in the world do I do now? That thing we learned? Okay. So, all we know right now to fill in this is what? What numbers can I fill into this equation? What? I'm like, wait,
I know
where's
the difference between those three is 7.
I want the sum formula where we did first term, last term, number of terms. So what can I plug into this formula right now?
1,000.
Okay, where does 1,000 go? Okay, I have 1,000 terms. Okay, so that goes there. What else do I already know that I can plug in? 5.
And 19.
Okay, I don't know what my last number is because 19 is not the 1,000th term. Okay, it's technically the second because this is P sub 0. So this is P sub 1, P sub 2. So I need to figure out what that number is. So yes, Gianni, we're going to go back to that equation. So Gianni said, well, the difference here is 7. We're adding 7. So that's y equals, or P sub n. Yeah, let me go back to P sub n. Potato, potato. You're right. 7n plus.
Is it or no? Is it 5?
It's 5. That's your first number. Okay. I need to know what value is way over here.
So you need to put 1,000 for the N
No.
or the P or 1,001.
No.
999.
999. Remember, when I go from 0 to 999, that gives me 1,000 terms.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm technically trying to find P sub 999.
Okay.
So when I plug this in, then you get 7 times 999 plus 5.
Gosh. 6,998.
Good. 6,998 is that number. And now you would plug in this to get your final sum.
Ooh, I don't even. Okay, so I'm gonna just say it by number.
Okay. So what do we start with?
3, 5, 0, 1, 5, 0, 0.
If I add up all those numbers that start at 5, increase by 7 each time, and finish at 6,998, that total is 3,501,500.
Wish I had that much money.
What somebody said last period too.
That's
They were
chump
like,
change.
that better be my tax refund. I was like, good luck with that.
That's
Good luck
chump
with that.
What do you mean good luck with that?
Listen, I have a dependent, and my tax refund's not that much.
Oh, I know. I said I better be getting a good one, like 1,000 maybe.
I was gonna say,
Somebody
you ain't never going to see that on the tax refund.
Yeah.
You
You
get
don't
more
even
money
make
based
that
off
much.
kids. You get more money based off kids.
Yeah, she gonna claim me.
Then I'm moving in with you, and you can take care of this old lady in her old age.
She said that I was gonna get like 1,000 something, and I was like, that's enough money. All right, so
All right, so
I'm not 18, I'm 17. Oh shit.
this one. What do I already know?
It has 200 terms.
Yeah.
It has 200 terms,
And then 5.
and my first number is 5.
So it means we gotta
So
do
then
that
we
whole
gotta
thing
do
all
that
over again.
thing.
Do you do all that all over again? I don't want to do that.
Okay, so I need to come up with the equation. What do we got? Y equals.
It equals
Or P sub n, sorry. I keep doing that.
what's the jump?
P sub n,
Would it be plus 9?
okay?
Maybe.
Doing it somewhere. Or
It
no,
should be
just
11.
Oh, shit.
Woo! Go James. Go James.
How do you know that? Oh, because it go up by 11. It go up by 11.
5
Oh.
to 16 is 11.
Oh, how did
16
we
to
see that?
27 is 11.
See,
So then we do
Oh, what
11
was the-
and
so
plus
it's 11 in.
5, yeah.
Okay, 11n plus 5. Good. My first number was 5. Okay, if I have 200 terms, my last number falls in what slot?
201, 199.
199.
Yeah.
Okay, it goes from P sub 0 to P sub 199. So I'm actually plugging in 199.
2194.
You said what?
194.
2194. So that now goes.
Divided by 2 times 200. 219,900.
$219,900.
So we. Yeah, we're supposed to find the terms.
Okay. So that's the second one. I've got one more I've got to show you how to do. Okay. She'll take care of it. Okay. I'm over it. All right. So I don't know how many terms are being added. Okay. What's my first term?
4.
4. What's my last term? 922. What I don't know is how many numbers fall in between those two. How many numbers are there? Okay, but I can find that. Okay, so let's go back to that P sub n. P sub n equals what?
4.
What's it going
Wait, are
up
we
by?
doing the thing or?
What's it going up by? I'm coming up with that equation. Like
We need
always
to
do.
find the terms.
Okay,
So
9n.
wouldn't we just use the whatchamacallit? To find
It's
terms?
Plus 4. Okay, 9n plus 4. Okay, they tell me what number is in that spot, but they don't tell me what that spot is. So this time, instead of plugging in for n, you're plugging in for p sub n. I know what that number is, so I know that this is 922. I just don't know
So you'll solve for n.
what spot it's in. So if I solve for n, that will tell me that that's p sub what? So we start with
-4.
subtracting 4. So 918 equals 9n
E divided by 9.
divided by 9. So n equals,
102.
is it 102? Or am I thinking about the next one? Oh yeah, you're right. I was thinking the next problem. I'm like, wait a second, no. Okay, 102. So that means that this is p sub 102. Which means how many terms do I actually have?
103.
Because again, it goes from p sub 0 to p sub 102. And because I've got that 0 there, okay, it extends it up to 103. So what's my answer?
47,689. Is that correct?
47,689. You said 47.
47,689.
Thanks, I didn't have my answer key right there. Okay.
So it's not working. It's not working.
We got 3 more just like this. So I'm going to do one more with you, and then I'm going to let you do the last 2 on your own and see what you come up with. Come around and check it to
Don't
give
do the
you.
easiest one either.
Well, which one do you want me
That's
to
what
do?
you normally do.
Which one do you want me to do? You tell me. I will do
B.
do B. Okay. So if I do B, what's my first number?
I'm glad you did.
8,012.
8,012. What's my last number?
6,075.
Why'd your voice just get so deep? Kind of creepy.
Oh no.
Okay. So I know my first, I know my last, but I need to figure out what position is this last number in.
B-N equals
So P sub n equals,
P.
What it go up by?
what's it? Is it going up?
No, it goes down.
Oh,
It goes down, which means it should be what?
Negative something, right?
Negative something. So negative what?
13.
Negative 13. It's going down by 13. What am I adding to that?
8012.
Good. My first term, which is 8,012. Okay? So now what? I need to figure out what position
So we put the
6,000.
6,000 at the beginning.
Okay? So I know that this is 6,075. I need to know where does that number fall in my sequence. Okay? So first step should be what?
Subtract 8,000.
It's 149.
You said it's what? 1,049?
Hold on, what you talking about?
Oh, you're giving me the actual answer. What is it when we subtract?
2,000.
Oh, yeah.
Negative 2,603.
That's not the answer.
Then you divide.
Not 603, 63. I'm so sorry.
Hey, I wrote what he said.
Right. That's what I looked at you like, why'd you write what I said?
Then you
So I'm
divide.
proud.
I
What's
know
my
the
last
answer
step
sheet right
then?
here.
If I want n by itself. Is your name? What's happening here?
Did I get my answer?
Negative 13. What operation if it's side by side like that? Divide.
So we divide by negative 13 or divide?
Yes, you have to divide by that negative. So then, Drew, what did you get for n?
I got 149.
149.
That the
When you add, when you do that.
It should be negative 1937.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, I was
Instead
saying,
of
it should be
2063.
negative 1937 instead of that 200.
Devin.
Oh, that's what I had. I thought I was.
Oh,
Wait,
why did somebody
No,
fix it?
y'all just need to be like, Devin, shut up.
Right, because y'all
You don't know what you're talking about.
First
I
off,
was tripping.
So this is negative 19.
I was doing it in my head. I didn't put it in the calculator.
Huh?
You know, the only
37?
time you don't put it in the calculator is the time I actually get it wrong.
Was it 37 or
I had it in
36?
the calculator. I thought I was.
Why?
It was 37.
Well, I think I'm always right.
27 hours, right?
Y'all listen to Devin just because he's got a big mouth. Sometimes Devin's not right.
We can't get
We can't
nothing
get
out.
nothing out.
We just let Devin go.
You just stand up and be like, Devin.
Shut up.
We just let him go.
And he just looked like,
Devin's like, that's never gonna happen. All right, so if this then goes from P sub 0 to P sub 149,
So it's
how many
150.
terms are there?
150.
150.
What is it?
This is so weird.
And when you do that,
It is a weird concept
like,
to
Yeah,
grasp.
this one is.
This one is. What did you take my answer key? Oh,
I was sitting there trying to figure out what you did because I noticed you made a mistake. And I was like, what you do?
so what do we get? What's the total of all those numbers that go from 8,012 to 6,075?
10 is approximately 65,225.
Ah, man, that be racist for that answer.
Listen, just because James is faster than y'all.
Hey, I was about to say it.
I saw the answer. I just didn't see it.
How
Is it
many
right?
of them 149 and 150?
Because again, it goes from 0 to 149.
Oh,
So you got that extra one. You gotta
I
add
did
zero.
that. I did that.
Hi, friend.
What? No?
You know where you go so you can get your participation for today? All right. So because y'all picked B, that means A and C are up to you. When you're finished with them,
see,
raise your hand.
See,
I
that's
come
why
around and
this
check
is
you.
why I helped y'all and said,
Yes,
we
you
do
both.
She do B with us.
If you want me to check one of them first to make sure you're doing it properly before you do the second one, that's fine. But this is how you're gonna get a grade for today.
She would be.
Oh, God.
So do it. Oh, we're still gonna review and stuff, but. But I want to be able to give you guys some kind of a grade for today.
It was a
Like-
participation grade. Everybody who up and is looking at you, she would participation grade.
Wait, are we doing anything?
A and C. A and C.
Probably just do A.
I mean, if you really want, I can give you a harder grade and give you a worksheet instead of.
Oh, no.
That's what I thought. I figured you wouldn't complain if I said that.
You're really great.
I know, I'm so gracious.
No. It's evil.
Well, the question is, where did my clipboard go with my grades?
Can you check this?
Oh, I
real
have.
quick?
There you go.
Boy, use that one.
Oh, you see, I thought this was the one.
No.
See,
You fine, keep that one.
I wasn't paying attention. I
Ay,
thought
ay,
it was that one.
You made me think I'm going crazy. And again,
You are.
I am crazy, but that's besides the point.
Not tell us for that.
Why can't I tell her I'm crazy?
Because you're trying to send your ass away.
Miss Floyd. Is
She
that
did
all?
stop.
Is that all?
No.
No.
Stop.
We need to turn it off.
She already-
So we
Stop.
don't keep saying,
Stop.
no.
No.
No, it's
I got
not.
a
All
question about the first.
Yes.
Is it supposed to have point something?
No.
I took up on
Oh, that's why. I'm
Because you
tripping.
didn't subtract 17, you
Yeah,
divided.
I'm tripping.
What?
Yeah, we not.
Oh,
Man, that
I mean, we know
Oh, can't even
Not
mess
wrong.
up in peace.
you mess up in these.
You ain't talking about best friend.
Since I can't even screw up in these.
that. You ain't really from New York.
Where do we get that? Oh, no, no. Whatever.
Jonathan's making me go nuts.
Oh, no.
Other children are stressing me out.
All right, you check this.
You're dumb. Damn. Go check. Gotcha.
Alright. Dang, I really remember this from half one. That's crazy.
What did you plug in here? Remember, that goes from 0 to 249, which means this number is 250.
Hey, is this right?
I need help.
Just wondering.
Alright, so we do.
Your equation's correct, but your answer's wrong.
No.
I don't know. Let me see what you do.
I did one set. It's probably because my computer, it don't let me do stuff. Like how I like it. So I have to literally press equal because sometimes
Yes.
it won't do
Well,
it.
no, it won't do it because you're using that calculator.
Okay, so
There you go.
see,
As I said, you're
it don't
plugging
like-
in everything correctly.
it don't
Wait,
like
I think I'm
that.
tripping.
You think you're tripping? I
I
mean,
need help.
What's your bag, girl? I'm getting enough. I just,
someone.
I don't
yeah, he was saying this for a while now, but it's better change.
I think my answer way too big.
Careful. This to this is not 5.
Wait, I hate this thing.
So that threw you off for that number, which then threw you off for that. Okay.
I know this number is way too big.
So this is 250.
That's your
When I was
answer.
on that.
Oh, shoot.
Huh?
Okay, just be careful. Remember, that means that this is P sub 0, and what you just solved for means that this is P sub 249. So that actually means you have 250 terms. That's gonna be the part that's gonna catch you. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That is gonna be the part that's gonna catch you, because you're gonna solve for n, you're gonna get that 249, and you're gonna plug in 249 instead of 250.
Why do we have to put in 250?
So we gotta add that one for the
Because-
zero.
Because you
Oh, yeah,
gotta,
yeah,
very
yeah,
smart
you gotta
person
add that value,
Yeah.
that place value with that 0,
Yeah.
okay? So that's gonna trip you.
Alright, so.
Because you're sleeping.
I know.
Boy,
Carefully.
boy.
Oh, snap.
This isn't 150. It's not gonna be 150. So when you go to solve for this part of it, you need to do your P sub n equal. This is going up by what? 6. So that's 6n plus my first term is 17. So I want to know what place is this number. So you would plug in this number for here and solve. So solve this first, get an n value, and then I'll come back. Okay?
She actually decided. And I just be ready to go.
Yes.
It might be killing me or whatever. She's like,
We're here.
like, you know,
We're here.
She get like start
doing like 10,000 things a month.
Right.
What?
That's actually because she has to.
Right. She get paid for it.
Oh, her check is good. She get paid.
Oh, because you didn't divide it out. You wrote that you divided it out, and then you gave me that number instead of the number you were supposed to. Other than that, you're golden, my friend.
But I swear to God, I hate having to correct, because all they do is complain.
What is
It's like.
Why not? I just did it.
Had a sign correct. It's like people you work with.
we just give each other numbers.
Yeah, y'all probably got a group chat too.
But that's only because there's a manager group chat
It's
and then there's
supposed to
other
be
group
this
chat.
small.
But I don't have to be a
This is
manager.
for
I don't really need to be.
Well, see,
I don't really need to be in the manager group chat. I mean, Is this right?
oh, just let answer that.
That looks fantastic. Now we're good, Devin.
Hey, I gotta flip somebody here. Come
I
here.
didn't get it, but now I do.
Listen, those of you that are done and are good, if you want to get up and circulate and start helping some of these people that are confused, let me know when they're good and I'll give them the points,
So
okay?
that is 6 because that goes over 6.
I mean, if you don't want to, I'm not gonna force you to.
Miss Smith,
So,
come here.
I got the first step right, and then I got a lot. You know what?
subtract 17, subtract 17.
I think I'm
That's
right.
completely correct.
Why does it
Solve
keep
for
doing
n.
this? I'm gonna throw this.
You have it completely correct. Just solve for n.
Because you're gonna subtract, is
Subtract
that,
17 from both sides.
okay, so you see, when you do this, it's gonna be, shit, okay.
We still recording, Devin.
Shush. Okay, so it's that, because that, so you got that, so you're gonna subtract 17 from that. Okay, and put,
Did I do this right? No.
okay, so after that goes, you're gonna subtract that, and that's gonna become one. Tell me if that's
I don't like this.
This number is wrong, which is going wrong. So you did this right, this should be subtracted. But then once you get this answer, divide by 6 before you.
Miss Smith.
Right there over
Give me
here,
1 second,
small.
Jonathan.
Right there, right here. 194 divided by 6.
So now it goes from 0 to 249, so then you have 250 times.
We don't need it.
That should be
Whoa.
Yeah, and then you're gonna 6, I said 6.
Miss Smith. Yeah.
6, 9, 6.
Yeah.
Hang on. And then what you're gonna do is divide 6 on each side, and then you'll have your answer. And you place that
What
answer
is this?
there.
So when you move it up here.
I can
Okay.
You're gonna place this answer.
We always gotta have it all.
Sure.
So there's
That's not what
48.
What am I?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right.
So that's gonna be 250.
On the right
You have to
track
add one,
here.
remember. So it's gonna be 250, and then do all that divided by 2, and that should be. Wait,
Why is people making posts about not being clean? What's going on in high school that I need to know about?
This is negative 13, because you're subtracting 13, subtracting 13. And then for that, right?
Yes! Yeah, we got it.
Yes! 41.
I get it now.
So
Anybody need help?
over
So-
here.
Hold on, give me a
Am I
second. You
supposed
call
to
me
get a
first.
point?
No.
I don't know what I did.
So the first one's good. Your first one's good.
I know that because I looked at the cheats.
Oh,
I don't know why I got thrown off.
why's that a 6? Because I would have made that a 12.
Oh, you said
That should be a 21.
I know.
That's what threw you off.
I don't know why I did that. See,
Can I do one? Well,
No.
I need to get everybody checked off first. So if you could go around and help me check everybody off.
So,
That'd be great.
so
You done? You done? You done?
I don't know.
This is good, but be careful.
Anybody on this running now?
I ain't teacher's pet.
You use the 21, which is what goes up by.
So you know how you got 249 when you did that?
You always run into
So
So it's
n equals 249. That's your answer. That. So you're gonna add.
I don't know why that's
one,
not
you
right.
added one, because it's like P0, P1. So 0 and 1 would actually
Be
be
like
like.
going from one number to another, so that's gonna be an extra number, it's gonna be 250.
Boy,
So every time you get whatever n is, you're gonna add that one.
he talks so
Equals
fast.
first, so it adds them together and then multiply and divide. You can do the multiply and divide back to back, but you've got to tell your calculator to add those two numbers together. Before you multiply.
Hit your legs so hard.
Okay, I think I got it right.
Is this whole good?
Who? I didn't check them.
Besides the fact that you didn't actually put the same damn answers. It looks good.
You don't know that.
All right. Eduardo the genius.
Oh my God. She said, oh my God, you're such a genius.
Thanks for waking up in your grade.
Oh, I get it.
Yes.
As you.
That looks fantastic.
Go.
You ready to go?
You're ready to
This is
go.
about 45
I had
minutes.
to, look, I was at that basketball game for 5 freaking hours. I was upset.
45.
All right.
Until Zoe came.
45.
So.
Is that how people talk to you?
That junk was weird.
It was. We was mad. Everybody was.
Damn, 2. Damn. Oh, y'all mad?
How bad was the loss though?
I like tapped her back, you know. Like,
He came up real close, like whisper.
You're making James laugh at you.
huh?
Did I hear that right? He said he was like, oh, I said,
You think a different way, Drew.
Right, Sacramento.
I had a crush on you since I was 17, but I was scared to say anything.
What you said?
I'm saying.
Whoa.
I'm so tired. Like, I gotta stand up. Okay, we always put in.
You need to add these together and put it That's why you're in the other one. Doing all the right steps up to.
No, I was in.
You need to
Well,
get
Malaysia
this.
Gap.
Yeah.
I should have been here when Malaysia Gap was in there in middle school.
But the,
You got it.
You do it. I was
Yeah.
oh, this.
I was looking up.
Because I had to go read with them while she went down and talked to Miss Harris.
Oh.
Y'all
And they're little jerks. I called them out on it. It's the same reason why half of them hate me.
I love you.
sister.
Put your
Who?
hair in
I
the
just
ponytail.
don't
I hate you, Miss Hornet.
We could.
Did y'all dye us hair together?
No. She buys her own, I get mine done.
She pays the money. I buy the $3.98.
Right, that's
box.
why. Yeah, do it at home. I had friends do mine when I brought my hair, so I was doing. They actually like that. Like Afro was so hard to do because they had to bleach it. So they had to like layer and then go up, do another layer, go up, another layer.
Your hair can tolerate the bleaching.
Oh, that thing is. I was over there by the fan, just like this. Like the air
Well,
blowing.
no, just most African American hair can't handle bleaching. It burns it and breaks it off.
Oh no, my hair can
There
handle it.
we go.
Like it's been a minute since I've done it, but like I mean, it was like my sophomore year or junior
It
year.
didn't dry out too bad and to make it brittle. Because even white people hair has that kind of.
But my hair, it's dry. But my hair feels dry. Because what happened was I dyed it purple, tree violet, and then I got bleached it to just bleach. And then I liked it when I got to the ends, the tips, so like my tips were bleached. So that looked good then. But after that, I just chopped off all the bleach and just left it as is.
What are you doing now?
We're about to do some word problems.
Why?
Well,
Why not?
Because it
Oh,
looks like the final
I thought-
exam. Man, this is what they ask you on the final exam.
Where's my pen?
They don't ask that.
All
They don't care where your pen is. Sorry.
right. So you have an auditorium. The auditorium has 20 rows of seats. Okay. It says your first row has 20 seats, your second row has 21, the third has 22, and so on. They want to know what the seating capacity is.
I don't
So,
know if you can see.
You want to know the total amount of seats that are in your auditorium.
Hold on, it says an auditorium has 20
20 rows.
Oh, 20 rows. I thought I was going to say, hold up, 20 seats.
So that's 20 times 20 plus 1 on every one, right?
I feel like
I mean, like the way I'm trying to say it.
So,
hold on.
I have 23.
So we started 20.
Oh, I mean 23.
How many are in my next row?
21,
21.
And then?
22. So what, is it going up by one?
That's what I was trying to say.
Is it going up by one?
So each row goes up by 1.
Yeah.
We could sit here and we could write 20, 21, 22, but I just gave you a formula.
So it's like PN equals.
You see, we won't always remember the formula. So
How many seats are in my first row?
So you do 20 plus
20.
22.
Ooh.
So
Plus,
no,
how many are in my last row?
We don't know.
we don't know.
You
We
don't
have to
know.
find it.
Okay, so we're gonna skip that for now. How many total do I have? how many
20
terms?
rows.
I've got 20 rows, so I've got 20 terms.
Okay.
Divided by 2.
Oh,
Okay,
so means
I
we
need
have
to find that last number. I want to know how many seats are in that last row. So we go back to that P sub n. P sub n equals what?
1, 2,
1. X.
Yeah.
It's going up by 1. Do I even need to write 1?
Oh no, you just write in. You don't know.
N. I'm constantly getting ready to write X because I'm so used to X. Okay. Plus
20.
20.
N plus 20. And then we're going to have.
Okay. So if I want to know how many how many seats are in that last row, what number am I plugging in for N?
It's negative
1. We don't know.
No, wait, what?
Yes, we do.
19.
If they,
Say it again.
20.
Say
Hold
that
on,
again.
hold on.
Say that
No,
again.
no. Hold up.
Say it again.
So I've got 20 rows. So that goes from row 0 to row
20.
21.
20 total.
19.
19. I was trying to get somebody else to say it other than Gianni. Okay. So 20 total, that means it goes from 0 to 19. So that means I have 19 rows. How many are in that last row then? I've got 39 seats. So we plug in 39.
Oh no, yeah. That's right.
Plug that into your calculator.
39 plus
Nope.
20. That's 59. 59 times 20. What's that?
Oh my god. Oh my
You
god.
tell me.
I don't want to plug. Divided by 2. Divided by 2.
590.
590.
Haha. Yeah.
So your auditorium can seat 590 people.
That's a tiny auditorium.
It is a very tiny auditorium.
That was like the graduating class last night.
Okay, now understand, we can't go down to our auditorium and do this because the rows don't increase the whole way
They
up.
increased by like 2, but the first 3 rows, I think.
There's no continued pattern, so this doesn't work in our auditorium.
Yeah. They
Okay.
weren't really thinking.
Here we go. Ready?
I bet you won't.
You're funny.
So disrespectful.
Funny.
She laughed hard too.
Oh my goodness. A small business sells $10,000 worth of products in its first year of business. The owner has set an annual goal for increased sales at $7,500 for 19 years. Okay? Assuming that he's met his goal, we want to know how much money he's sold. What's his total sales for the first 20 years in his business? Okay? So, again, we're going back to that sum formula.
Who's selling?
How much money did he sell first?
How do you sell?
Exactly. How you sell?
How? Okay. It said, I quit.
You said sell money.
Listen, I'm just going to need y'all to just do this. I'm done. Forget you all. Every last one of you.
Last time you was like, how much
I'm done.
You said sell money. I was like, how do you sell money?
You sell products. How much did he sell?
Well, yeah, selling products, yeah, but selling money.
How much money did he make by selling products in his first year?
Okay.
Okay, look.
We're not on the street.
I mean, you said in school.
And 7.
Right. That's it.
Okay. How many numbers do we need to add together in this one?
19, 20, 21.
Wait, numbers?
How many numbers are going to be in my sequence?
19.
21.
18. Hold on, wait, what?
My soda.
Okay, hold up. Let's go back to this. So we know my first number is 10,000.
Okay.
Okay, we know that it's 10,000.
Okay.
P sub 0.
Okay, so 21.
Okay,
But it goes
we're
up to
gonna
20.
do
But it goes up to 20.
7,500 for 19 years. So we're gonna have P1, P2, P3, clear up to P19. It's gonna happen for
18.
It's 20.
so it's 20.
Why did you just say 20?
Alright.
You're confusing us. You're not seeing
Because you
just what
add
we
it,
see
look,
here.
y'all, it's 0 to 19, and you always add one, so that's gonna be 20. What's there to know?
But see, but you just said
What was
it
his
was
first
21.
one?
I said it was 20.
Or-
I said 20 and 21.
Or if
Why
you
you
look at the
confusing
last line of the problem,
It said 20 years.
That's why we said 20.
Alright, I said 20.
That's why I said 20.
I said 20.
You did.
She think it's we. She messed up.
Miss Smith, you be playing with us.
oh. So you think because you call me out that I'm trying to.
Right.
All right.
You be messing with us.
Whatever, Gianni. I thought we were friends.
So we gotta do
She upset with us.
Okay, so I need to find how much money is in that last year. So Devin said I need to do PN. What's it increasing by?
1.
7,500. Remember, we're talking money. He wants to make an extra 7,500 every year, so it's going up by 7,500 every year. Plus 10 grand. Okay, now when I plug in to see that amount after 20 years, what am I plugging in?
19.
19.
Yeah.
20 years goes from year 0 to year 19. So we plug in 19.
The N or the P N?
For the end.
For the end.
Oh shoot, I'm dumb.
Somebody here do it.
Oh wow, that's the first. Wow.
That's all right. I'm sure James has got me.
Nah, James moves too slow.
James is moving too slow. Uh-oh. I think that's a challenge, James. Go.
He's moving too slow. He ain't got it. Yeah.
Go, James. Go.
So.
Oh,
Moving too
hey,
fast.
you spotted?
No.
You messed up.
152,500. And what's crazy is the first time I typed.
I mean, I was right there behind him.
I typed in 19,000 on accident. And I just checked it nine.
That's all right. James will get the answer for you.
Where you what?
Where
Man,
you
quit
at?
trying me, Miss Smith. He's a crackhead. Whoa. Try me, James. 15350000.
James, you don't want no
That's a
smoke.
whole lot of.
You don't want no smoke. I'm sorry.
No.
What? Take off a zero then.
Take off the 0 then.
Take off a 0. What?
Take off a zero then.
Is that wrong?
Is it 71 too?
Woo.
I don't think that's right either. But
No, that's not it.
What is it, James?
What, 1,625,000.
It's okay, because I be sleeping.
You was off a whole 1,000.
Oh, because I put it when I put in my what's I put in the
You
extra
got 30
zero.
minutes. Engage for the last 30.
Okay.
Kept digging.
Your answer here, after 20 years, he should have made $1,625,000 in profit.
Is that something?
Then he gotta pay his tax.
Oh, wait,
on
20
every
years. That's not
every
business.
item he sold.
No.
Pay
And
taxes.
I mean, I guess it's a small business, yes.
Small business.
They take taxes out front.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
over 20 years.
Just move.
1.6.
Your profit is just like you getting a paycheck.
No,
Right,
unless
they
you-
gonna take taxes out.
Not like you like.
They're gonna take all your money and run.
Unless you're illegal and under the table.
Yeah, that's the only way you
make
really.
them do- you make them do those little tax exempt things for you. You know what state.
If I'm running drugs or running guns, maybe I don't pay it.
You know, no, y'all know there's a form on the
Set
IRS,
something up.
little IRS form for you to sign illegal money. They have a part on there.
For illegal money?
That
Yes.
you would literally tell them I have illegal money.
Hey, some dumb person would probably do it. Let's be honest. Let's be
Just
honest.
like,
Somebody dumb would do it.
like when they say, you know, the police station will put out, we're collecting drugs if you want to drop them off, and you know.
What I look
Yeah.
like? What I look like?
Both?
Look. What be memes
See,
like that?
that's like the stupid cop shows that you get to watch. There are people who really do.
But it's kind of like if I found $100,000.
There have been police stations that have put out that you
Did you
won.
Exactly. I shared something
I
on
just got
Facebook and it said,
$100,000.
this
I'm the
kid
owner.
found $12,000 and turned it into police, and it said they had him have like a little certificate, and it said in like a meme. It was like a meme, and it said, "I hope I don't grow up I hope my kid don't grow up to be this stupid. I was like, bro, what? If you don't bring that $12,000 home, we fight.
Bring that whole duffel bag home.
They just had somebody that found a safe. Remember they bought a safe, they bought the storage unit that had the safe in
I
it
saw
and it had
that.
the millions in it. That company found out that the safe was not emptied and they called and asked them to give back the millions of dollars and they said they would give them $100,000 if they would give them back all the millions.
What?
No.
Yeah, they bought this storage unit. You ever seen like storage units?
Yeah, and I'd be like, I
No.
They
know.
bought that storage unit, opened up that safe, and they're like, "Oh, here's all this
Millions.
money."
Plural millions.
They're not getting
If
nothing
I
back.
found 12,000, I'd be like, Mom,
Well, I would have been like little Chris.
I ain't nothing, like, I ain't even gonna tell her what it is.
Taxes take half.
I'd be like, I found a lump sum.
Put it away.
That